Okay, so we are reading the story First Day Jitters today. Class, do you guys want to say hi to Marissa?
Hi.
Okay. First Day Jitters. Sarah, dear, time to get out of bed, Mr. Hartwell said, poking his head through the bedroom doorway. You don't want to miss the first day at your new school, do you? I'm not going, said Sarah, and pulled the covers over her head. Of course you're going, honey, said Mr. Hartwell, as he walked over to the window and snapped up the shade. Do you have a question?
What does snapped up the shade mean?
Okay, so you know how you have blinds? And you can pull them down and then they go up?
Mm-hmm.
He snapped up the shade so the blinds went up. No, I'm not. I don't want to start over again. I hate my new school, Sarah said. She tunneled down to the end of her bed. Hold on, Weston. How can you hate your new school, sweetheart? Mr. Hartwell chuckled. You've never been there before. Don't worry. You liked your other school. You'll like this one. Besides, just think of all the new friends you'll meet. That's just it. I don't know anybody, and it'll be hard, and I just hate it. That's all.
Where is she?
What?
Where is she in the picture?
We haven't seen her yet. What will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you were coming. Missing Sarah Jane Hartwell. Missing Sarah Jane Hartwell.
Gosh, they got
They will think that I am lucky, and they will wish that they were at home in bed like me. Mr. Hartwell sighed. Sarah Jane Hartwell. I am not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I will see you downstairs in 5 minutes. Does that sound familiar? Have you ever fought with your... And they said, ooh, I'm not arguing with you. What's your question, Weston?
Want me to shut the door?
No, thank you. Cyril tumbled out of bed. She stumbled into the bathroom. She fumbled into her clothes.
We still can't see her.
We can't see her face yet, can we?
I think it's her bedroom here.
My head hurts, she moaned as she trudged into the kitchen. Mr. Hartwell handed Sarah a piece of toast and her lunchbox.
Just short hair. Still can't see her face.
They walked to the car. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. They drove down the street. She couldn't breathe.
Can't see her.
And then they were there. I feel sick, said Sarah weakly. Nonsense, said Mr. Hartwell. You'll love your new school once you get started. Oh, look, there's your principal, Mrs. Burton. Sarah slumped down in her seat.
Where's Sarah? That's the next one.
Oh, Sarah, Mrs. Burton gushed, peeking into the car. There you are. Come on. I'll show you where to go. She slumped down in her seat so we can barely see her because she's hiding. She led Sarah into the building and walked quickly through the crowded hallways. Don't Don't worry, everyone is nervous the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up.
Wait, where's Sarah?
We don't see her yet.
If we had night vision, we can see her.
When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats.
I see Sarah.
We don't see her yet. She's not on here yet.
She has a purple jacket.
Nope, that's not her. The class looked up as Mrs. Burton cleared her throat. Class, attention please, said Mrs. Burton. When the class was quiet, she led Sarah to the front of the room and said, Class, I would like you to meet your new teacher, Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell.
That's her?
Yeah, so why are we a little bit surprised? Raise your hand. Why are we kind of surprised? What do you think, Lizzie?
Well, she had brown hair, and she looked more like a kid.
You thought maybe she was a kid, didn't you? Why did we think she was a kid? Brenda?
Because she was like, I don't want to.
Oh, guys, that's okay.
Because she was like, I don't want to go. I'm too scared.
Oh, friends, let's turn our voice off. It's because she said she didn't want to go. She was too scared. Do you ever think about teachers as being too scared for school?
Were you scared the first
No.
time?
I get nervous every time on the first day.
Oh, you're nervous today?
Well, I was nervous before school started.
And
What
now
if you guys started throwing stuff at me?
We would never do that.
do that too.
What if you started yelling whenever I was teaching? What if you stood up and didn't listen to anything I said and ran around?
And then when you get to red.
What if you didn't want to clip to red and you said, I'm not clipping to red? And I said, you are going to clip to red. You said, I'm not clipping to red. And then you threw something at me.
And then
Those
you
are things teachers think about, right?
You'll clip to nothing.
So, here's what we're going to do now is we're going to think about how we felt before the first day of school, and we're going to do an activity over it. So here's what I need you to do, okay? I've got worksheets right here full of activities. Here's what I'm going to have you do. Oh,